How to turn around a broken motorcycle club. Just waiting here to build a few visitors. I'm sorry I'm late. The technology is kicking my behind tonight. Oh, I see we have a few people. Just waiting a moment here to build the audience a little bit. I don't know why that paused. I don't know why that paused. Okay, so just waiting a little bit for the audience to build. You guys can watch me on Black Dragon at Black Dragon National President on YouTube. I have actually two videos going here. One is Facebook, one is YouTube. So if I don't look like I'm looking directly into the camera, that's because I'm looking at the other camera. So why does this one keep, why does this thing keep, how's it going, brother? How's it going, Richard? For some reason, this one keeps pausing. This is, boy, the technology is killing me today. Well, we'll see if we can get it working. All right, we're just building, how about a brother that's just broken and you know you're riches. David Ciampa, I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Okay, so, alrighty then, we're gonna get started. Deborah Anderson, good to see you. All right, so as you guys who saw my lead in earlier tonight saw that what I wanted to talk about was some of the motorcycle clubs that some motorcycle clubs are broken. I'm a little bit stuttering here because my my one broadcast keeps pausing. I don't know why. It's technology. When it all works good, it works amazing. But when it doesn't work good, it's quite frustrating. In any event, a lot of motorcycle clubs out here are broken today. And they're broken because people are broken. We get a lot of broken people in the motorcycle club. And a lot of people don't have a lot of experience in motorcycling and motorcycle clubs. there are so many now. So many are on the set. So many have come from so many different places, and they are not very privy to our ways. Um, how you doing, Richard? They're they've come to the MC, and they like the MC, and they like to be part of the things that the MC does. But they don't come to the MC pure. They come to the MC with behaviors and thoughts that are not quite how we from the old school did it. So, of course, we from the old school are familiar with the idea that everything must change, things must evolve, but some things are not evolving as they should. So we find that the MC is getting watered down, and it's becoming really this big social experiment, social club, where the MC is only the latest, coolest patch on your back, collectible. And the idea of the motorcycle club family is long gone and dead. So that presents an interesting dilemma. That dilemma being that other MCs that are out there pounding and doing good things begin to recognize you for who you are, a non-MC, and you start to lose respect. And that's on the MC set. On the family side, there'll be small little groups of people that are doing things, and they become extremely frustrated with the other part of the MC that's not doing anything. The brother or the sister that you get that you never see. You might see once every 6 or 7 months. In the old days, and those of you who have seen my video that talks about how to run a motorcycle club day to day, and I'm really talking about the new MCs, and I took an opportunity to read the Booze Fighters Motorcycle Club's bylaws from 1948. And the bylaws in 1948, what's up, James Kemp? And the bylaws from 1948 said that if you didn't ride your motorcycle, how's it going, Richard Mayfield? If you didn't ride your motorcycle, you would lose your colors. If you didn't ride your motorcycle, you would lose your colors. They would vote on you again. And that's a club vote to see whether or not you're still going to be a member. Wow. How many clubs do that today? If you're not riding your motorcycle, if you're not attending events, if you're not coming, they take away your colors. You don't see that a lot today. You see a whole lot of motorcycle clubs with this huge roster of people. And the roster is huge. But are the people riding? It's so bad in some places they got to make a rule called the 80-20 rule. So for those of us that are traditionalists, that's not a motorcycle club. It's not a motorcycle club when you can't put 5 brothers on the road in formation to ride to point A to point B. Well, every time you ride there, you're meeting people. I'll meet you over there. It's not a motorcycle club. That's a bunch of folks that ride and they have the same matching clothes on, and they go meet somewhere. Whenever your brothers are riding in a pack and there's no road captain throwing signals and people all changing lanes at the same time, you're just like, you're no worse than the hordes that they have. What do they call them things? Where all them people just meet up and take over the town and pop wheelies and carry on. That's what you're into. And that works for some of you, but it doesn't, it doesn't taste good to me. Motorcycle clubs can also die. The Black Sabbath Nation once died. And the people just got old. Stopped riding. Those people who know us from the old days, from our birthplace, our mother chapter, they know what happened to us. So somebody asked me, why join if you're not all in, John? I think people are all in when they join. I think people really want to taste this when they join. I think that a lot of them don't know what the hell they're joining. And you get people in the leadership positions that don't know what the hell they joined. So they start watering down the rules. One thing that's often told to me by folks is, we can't run it the way we used to do in the old days. No one will join if we run it the way we did in the old days. They're actually terrified to run a motorcycle club. They're afraid they're going to run people away. So someone says, I always thought it was a good idea to put in the bylaws if you don't do a certain amount of miles, you shouldn't rock a patch. Well, that is a good idea for some motorcycle clubs, but for others, maybe it's not a certain amount of miles. I don't think maybe we put it out by the miles, but by the participation of the brotherhood. Because there are some people that are not getting ready to ride 1,000 miles with you. That's not happening. And I don't dislike those people. We have room for those people in the MC. The people that aren't going to ride far, but maybe they ride a lot. Maybe that's the crew that's holding you down inside the I-295 loop, or the I-285 loop, or the I-240 loop, or all the loops across the country, I-495 loop. Maybe those are your I-495 loop riders. And they can hold down the name of the club and the reputation inside the loop while the others of you get out and cross the country. And then there's maybe another group that really just hangs around the clubhouse and they're taking care of the clubhouse. But each one of those groups has a function. The guy that you never see at all, what function does he have? Oh, there are presidents like that. My favorite one is the president that says, this is not a lifestyle for me, this is a hobby. We can't have hobbyist presidents. We have to have presidents who believe in this lifestyle. So I found myself once at a crossroads where my motorcycle club needed to be turned around. And there wasn't a whole lot of people that could do it. And this is why I say one man or one woman can make a big damn difference. I'm not cursing anymore. I don't think that's a curse word. That's in the Bible. Don't hold that one against me, please. The reason I stopped cursing is one of the brothers once wrote to me, I'm so glad you do these things with all that foul language and stuff. And it dawned on me, I might reach a lot more folks if I tone down my biker language. So for the last week and a half, I've been practicing not cursing. And man, it doesn't taste as good. I want to, get at it. But we're not cursing. So y'all keep me straight on that. But I came to a crossroads where I saw the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation dying before my very eyes. And I had to make a choice personally. Did I want to see what I had given so many years to die? And why did we die? We were dying because we were old. We weren't recruiting. We stopped doing those basic things. Recruiting, riding, going out on runs. I once met a guy from a Buffalo Soldiers club, one of the Buffalo Soldiers chapters here in Atlanta. And I said, hey man, when are you going to get your clubhouse? He said, we're never going to get a clubhouse here, man. I said, why is that? But when you get your clubhouse, you stop riding. And a lot of bike clubs do that. They get their clubhouse, and then that's where they are. And now it takes money and time and resources to run a clubhouse. So if all you have is 7 people, are y'all going to ride, or are you going to do every darn thing you can do to keep that clubhouse open? So I always say you need 15 to 25 people to run a clubhouse and have a riding motorcycle club or more. So there are a lot of reasons clubs die. And a lot of times what we do is we just get mad and we quit. But what do we do if we want to make a difference? What do you do if you want to make a difference in your motorcycle club? I was fortunate because I was a president. So I had a little bit more sway than some of you might. But I have seen it done by prospects who have made a difference in their motorcycle clubs and helped turn their chapters around. So we're going to look at what does a president do and what does a member do, or even a prospect. So you got a whole bunch of people that, or several people that just don't ever show up. The club is just barely making it. You only got 2 people that ever hit in the bike scene. You only got 2 people that ever go anything. You only got 2 people that go out of town. So as a president and as a member, one of the first things you do, if you have a bad motorcycle club, you can always make it better through recruiting. What's up, Brother Orr, out in San Diego? Inland Empire chapter. What's up, Lady S, out there in our Wichita, Kansas chapter? It's good to see you all. Thank you all for coming on. Love it when my own folks come on and listen, because they get tired of hearing me talk, I'm sure. One of the things you do is you can always recruit yourself out of a bad situation. Wow. You can always recruit yourself out of a bad situation. You got 10 brothers who don't ride, recruit 10 brothers who will. You got 10 brothers who won't ride, recruit 10 brothers who will. The president can recruit. He should be your best recruiter, but members can recruit. I have members tell me, no, man, it's too messed up here. I wouldn't bring anybody here. Boy, a lot of good you're doing to fix the problem. I wouldn't bring anybody here. Listen, I'll bring new people to my most messed up motorcycle club that I have. New people bring new blood, new ideas, new excitement, new satisfaction, new expectations, and new roads of adventure. You can tell a new person, hey, we're really screwed up. We are having problems over here like you wouldn't believe. I wouldn't even hang out here with some of those people. But we're working to get better, and we're looking for somebody who wants to invest in us. You ever hear of a fixer-upper? A fixer-upper is a house that just ain't quite right. It's no good for some people. I need my house to be right. But for some people, the fixer-upper is just fine, because they're going to get in the fixer-upper and fix it up. So if I have a fixer-upper motorcycle club, I just don't misrepresent it. Other people be mad at you if you misrepresent your club. Oh man, we got it together over here. And they get over there and your motorcycle club is toe up from the flow up. No, nobody will like that. But we all love a comeback. We all love a winner. We all love a challenge. And if you have some chaos going on in your motorcycle club, that's the greatest motorcycle club to bring in fixer-upper people. People who don't mind fixing up. Another good thing about recruiting to remember is there's no good recruiting on the motorcycle set. You don't want none of them folks. Been in 3 or 4 motorcycle clubs. Why would you go to, if you live in Atlanta, why would you go to the regulators to recruit? Everybody down there knows the motorcycle set. They know what's going on down there. They're on the set. They know about your motorcycle club, the reputation, all that. Oh man, they ain't got but 3 people. And you shouldn't be recruiting from people on the set that are in motorcycle clubs. It is an absolute downright disgrace and against all protocol to ask somebody that's wearing a patch, hey, why don't you join us? Whew. when you recruit off the set. Look for somebody that ain't got no patch. Find them at a gas station. Ride down the road. Look for him pulled over on the side of the road. I once recruited a guy who was broken down on the side of the road. Pulled over, helped him get his motorcycle started, pushed him off the road and say, you know what? The reason that you're on the road by yourself is because you ain't got no brothers. Come hang out with the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club in Atlanta. He's been a member ever since. So you can recruit yourself into a better situation. If you're a president and you got members that are fighting at each other's throats, put them on the road. If you're a member, request some riding time. Say, listen, all we do is fuss and fight in the meetings. Let's cut the meeting and make it 30 minutes long. Melvin J. Fox said he had that happen before. Somebody said they do it. I have seen that in my years out here. They do it what, Carolyn? So, what did I just say? I just said, what did I just say? Man, did I lose it like that? Oh, yes. Request a ride. If you're fighting, the thing that brought us all together was that we rode motorcycles. And so then we get in a cycle where all we can do is fuss and fight and argue and scream and fuss and fight and argue and get on the phone and talk about each other behind each other's back and make accusations and fuss and in none of that is anybody on a motorcycle. We are not doing the things that we came together to do that we all love. So put the people back on motorcycles. Request a ride. Say, we're fussing and fighting in all the meetings. Why don't we cut the meeting to 30 minutes? No arguing, no fussing, no fighting. And when we get done with the meeting, that 2 hours that we would spend or 3 arguing and yelling, let's go for a ride. We can go ride around the block. We can go ride around the city. What you don't want to do is go for a ride to another motorcycle club and hang out at their clubhouse and look at the strippers on the pole or whatever. Go for a ride. A motorcycle club that rides together is a motorcycle club that stays together. Ride together, they'll stay together. So put them on the road. One of the neat ones I used to like to do was ride about 200 miles outside of town to a rest stop. Pull the folks over, and we're going to stay at this rest stop all night long. Going to form a circle. We might even build a campfire. We're going to hang out and laugh, sleep on the picnic tables. We're just out here. Oh, it's so much fun. If you've never done that, do it. Oh my God, Paul Garnes. It's good to see you, brother. We have Paul Garnes on, folks, who was the executive producer of the movie Biker Boys. It's such a pleasure to see you. And I hope you've been well. I believe he's also the executive producer or something like that of The Game, which a lot of you guys watch. It's so good to see you, brother. We're still doing the same things here, man, making motorcycle stuff. So, you get out there on that bike, you get out there and you're out there at the rest stop, everybody's hanging out, you got something to drink, you're laughing. And you want to fight and argue out there, you can, but you won't. You'll be talking about motorcycle stories and biking stories and all this stuff that we used to do. Telling tall tales and lies about when you could really race real hard and building the camaraderie. That'll turn your motorcycle club around. You'll want to do that a lot. You don't even have to have a destination in mind. We've done this before. Just ride until you ride out 2 tanks of gas. You're about 200 to 300 miles away from home. And wherever you land, you get in a hotel room and just party. Another thing that you guys can do when you want to change your motorcycle club around is change the dynamic. Everybody's fighting and arguing over a certain thing. Make that thing a non-entity. What we're going to do is we're going to put a gag order on this thing. And we're not going to discuss this thing for 30 days. All we're going to discuss for the next 30 days is everything else but that thing. That thing that's got us all yelling and hollering and screaming at one another. Now, another way to turn your motorcycle club around is to enforce your bylaws. If you don't ride, or if you don't make this function, or if you're not doing your job, we stop by with the sergeant at arms and we get your colors. You can prove to us how badly you want to be in this club by proving to us that you want these colors, and you'll come back to get them, and you'll come back right. If your motorcycle club is not enforcing its bylaws, and its bylaws are not fair, then people won't take it seriously, and your motorcycle club will just drift apart. I've seen this happen many, many times. So, it's important to enforce those bylaws. It's also important that everybody have a set, by the way. I know so many people in the motorcycle club that don't have their bylaws. I call the bylaws, they're like the Bible. It's the thing that everybody quotes that nobody's read. So many people quote to me the bylaws, and I'm just like, have you read? That's not in. We didn't. That's not in there. And people just make it up. Have bylaw readings in your motorcycle club meetings. Spend some time reading the bylaws. So everybody has bylaws training. Maybe one passage, maybe one section per meeting. Sergeant at Arms, it's your responsibility to stop fights inside your motorcycle club meeting. That falls on you. So another good way to turn things around is when people start that stuff in the meeting, Sergeant at Arms, you start handing out fines and taking colors. It's beautiful. Somebody wants to scream and holler and cuss people out, or as someone once told me, I can't even say the words, I've stopped cursing. Sergeant at Arms, get up and handle that. That's your responsibility. Put your motorcycle club together, ride the motorcycles, and love on one another. These are ways to start turning your motorcycle club around. Take your time and recruit. Recruit people and make people prospect. If you make people prospect, your motorcycle club will prosper. Someone says, but it starts with the chiefs. Yes, it should, but it doesn't always. If your chiefs are screwed up, does that mean that the MC has to be screwed up? No. You can work from underneath a chief and come over the top of them. You can't just be looking at chief, because the motorcycle club is you. You recruit 15 people and tell them, hey, look here, man. The brass is kind of screwed up here. They're not doing things well. We're going to get together. We're going to form a strong entity, and we're going to vote them suckers out of office. So we only got about a year to deal with them. I'm just trying to get us strong. Wow. That's called the right kind of coup. That's the kind of coup that comes from hard work. Not the one where you're on the phone talking all this noise, making up these lies and trying to... No, that's not the right coup. The right coup is the coup that comes from recruiting good people with good ideas, similar like minds, recruit people just like you. And that's how you move out from underneath bad chiefs. I know. I've done it. It worked. There was not always the time that the Black Sabbath Nation was known as a motorcycle club that rode from coast to coast in all types of weather. Rain, sleet, snow, summer, spring, or fall. Deep winter. You guys have seen us. If not, go look at our Facebook page. Go look at our websites. Go look at Black Sabbath on blacksabbathmagazine.com. And you will see videos of us riding across the country in the middle of the winter with snow falling all over us. And my brothers were loving it. But it wasn't always that way. It had to be built. We had to take that part of us that was crumbling, tear it down and sweep it away, and build a new foundation. And that foundation may start to crumble, and somebody else should come in, sweep it away, and build a new foundation for another 43 years. What are you going to do? You don't like what's going on in your club. You going to quit? I know. A lot of you are. You're going to jump from club to club to club to club to club. I knew a guy that had 4 clubs in 4 years. Still wasn't happy and quit another club. You know why? That's because we're all the same. We're all men, women, whatever. We're all human. We're going to make mistakes. The club's going to let you down. The club's not going to come through on some stuff. Wah! Sue us. Quit. Do every darn thing except get on your bike. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to get on that motorcycle. You're not going to do your job. You're not going to be the sergeant at arms or road cap. You're going to be the disinterested, unavailable person you are. That we don't need, and we wish you would take your unsufferable ass on. Self. Unsufferable self. And just go on. Go on, as my buddy used to say. Go on. Anyway, I think that's 30 minutes, 31 minutes, 57 seconds, so that's probably enough for now. I've got 5 comments up here. Let's see. As long as my door and heart is always open to my brothers and sisters, put in work and ride my twos and live my life as an example of a great brother and soldier being strong, link for my club. Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I believe others will see and follow suit. Others will follow you. They told Caesar, if you build it, they will come. And I believe that. You need to get a swearing jar. I know, right? The Independent. Let's see what else. Okay. And down here, you're speaking on MC. Some women don't have a voice. Woo! So, yeah, women don't always have a voice in a motorcycle club. And, yes and no. Wherever women are involved in something, they always seem to have a voice, whether it's an official voice or a non-official voice. We kind of want to keep the women happy. When the women are happy, everything kind of moves and flows fluidly. If you're a woman associated or attached to a male's MC, you still have the ability to communicate to intelligent males to make them want to do the right things. A voice of clarity will always be heard, especially if it comes over and over again with the same things. I would love for you to talk to the women's side of this MC world. Wow. Why we got these hearts now? Don't send any hearts and likes now. Y'all weren't sending no hearts and likes. So the women's side of a male MC world is tough because the male MC world is still segregated, and definitely there's a glass ceiling, and it's definitely prejudiced against women. And depending on the motorcycle club itself, it can be very prejudiced against women. Women's motorcycle clubs are an alternative that a lot of women are going to so that they can have their own destinies. I say this to women. It's like any struggle where you're trying to get equal rights. Yeah, my Black Sabbath sisters are getting at me real hard right now. they're, they're getting, I see y'all. I see y'all. So, I tell women that are struggling for equality, it's like any struggle for equality. In order to get that equality, you're going to have to work doubly and triply hard to get it. Like everybody that's ever wanted equality in anything. One of the things that I say is there are a lot more women out riding men. There are a lot more women out purchasing men. There are a lot more women riding this lifestyle and this culture just as strongly or better than we are. Um, Sister Lady S from the Wichita, Kansas chapter was sitting on her man's motorcycle on the back when they had a 100-mile-an-hour accident and got right back up and right back on the bike. So our women are tough. So, but this is a tough culture. And you're on the MC set because you love this culture and you love the men and you love what we do. But you are struggling to get this equality. So I say keep up the struggle. Keep riding hard and change the hearts and minds of those around you by what it is that you do and what you present. Okay. No more questions from her. Thank God. All right, so we're 36 minutes into this, and I'm ready to go. I'm tired. We'll talk about this more, but these are some of the ways that you can start to turn your motorcycle club around. First of all, get back on those motorcycles and start riding. Second of all, recruit. Recruit yourself a stronger MC. Don't recruit off the motorcycle set. That's not where the good people are. That's where the people that belong to other motorcycle clubs are. And they're good for those motorcycle clubs. For you, you need fresh people. So go out there and get them. Have fun. Stop the bickering and fighting and love each other. And hold those people responsible to the bylaws that should be doing this or that. If the bylaws say you're supposed to have a good night, Angus. If the bylaws say you're supposed to have 46 hours of riding time in, and that person only's got 30 hours of riding time in, gotta go. The bylaws say you gotta have a motorcycle and you don't have a motorcycle, gotta go. The bylaws say that you need to have your dues up to date and the dues ain't up to date, gotta go. You'll have a whole lot more fun with 3 people who get down than 35 people and you don't know 32 of them. Love you all. Want to see you lose weight? My name is Black Dragon, author of the Prospects Bible. You can get it at prospectsbible.com or off Kindle or Amazon. Author of the Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs. That's prospectsbibleforwomen.com or Kindle or Amazon. And also author of the Motorcycle Club Bible. Of the Motorcycle Club Public Relations Officer's Bible. mcprosbible.com. Also on Kindle and Amazon. Buy my books. I've got more books coming for you. You can't, I can't thank you enough for buying my books. And one last thing I didn't tell you that my first lady down in Jacksonville brought up is pray. Pray together in your motorcycle clubs. Prayer for your motorcycle clubs works wonders. It's the most amazing thing. I love you all. And don't forget, my MCPR, my Public Relations Officers course is coming up probably next week. Those of y'all who want to be in it, I can take 100, and it's going to be the most amazing course. And you guys are actually going to get a certification for public relations from that free course. All right, we're now at almost 40 minutes, 39 minutes, and this is a little bit over my time. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in again, and get skinny. How do I turn this thing off? Let's see. Oh.